So let's start with one of the most basic and most popular patterns in drum and bass, the two-step pattern. Make sure you have one bar selected here and that your grid is set to an eighth note. The easiest way to start is with the hi-hats. So taking the hi-hat, we can duplicate this 8 times across like this. And then we have a kick at the very beginning of the bar, followed by a snare here and a snare here. And this is why we call this the two-step break. If you change it to the quarter notes, you'll see that there's 4 sections here. Each of these sections are called a beat. And with the two-step pattern, you have a snare on the beat 2 and beat 4. Now to complete the two-step pattern, let's add a kick over here. And now we have this. Here's some variations of the two-step pattern. If we switch it to the 16th note grid, now with the 16th note grid, we can place hits in between these 8th note positions. So this pattern, I call the two-step bounce. Notice how that kick in the middle creates a bouncing rhythm. It's a very common pattern used in jump up drum and bass. Here's another variation. Shorten that middle kick, add a fade, and add one here. I call this the double bounce. Now going back to the basic two-step pattern, you can put a kick over here. I call this the kickback pattern. Here's some other kick variations. You can put a kick at the very end like that. Or you can have a double kick in the beginning. Here's another one with the double kick over here. Remember the kickback pattern we had here? We can move this kick over here. You can also remove this kick here. Or over here. Over here. All right, let's take that basic two-step pattern we had originally. And let's look at some 2-bar variations. We can take this section here and duplicate it twice. And now you have this. I call this the vessel break, after the track 𝗦𝗧𝗨 by Universal Project on Virus Recordings. Now these are only fundamental patterns, so try to think outside the box and play with different variations that I may not even have spoken about. You can add a double kick here. You can even add a bounce kick in between these guys. Here's a pattern I hear a lot in modern jump up. Remove all these kicks. We just have one kick here and one kick here. All these patterns here are variations of the drum and bass two-step.